Hello all together here from Photokina in Cologne. My name is Raik, I'm landscape photographer from Germany and I'm here at the Haida booth together with my colleague Alexander, and I will ask him some things about the new filters. Alexander, what new items have you taken here to Photokina this year?
So we got 3 new products. The first one is the M10 filter holder, then we have the new M15 filter holder, and we also have a new series of filters, which is the Red Diamond filter series, 400 millimeters and 150 millimeters.
What especially is the new of the M10 filter holders?
Yeah, there's a couple of new implementations that we have. The first and most important one is the drop-in filter system. So we're now able to actually drop in a filter right in front of the lens, just like this. And there's a CPL for this as well, like you can use a polarizing filter, then there you have a little screw on top so you can actually turn the filter without having to turn the whole filter holder. This now is a Clear-night filter. You can also get regular neutral density filters for this slot as well. Then it's very easy to implement, so you can actually just detach it really fast. So now I have the holder in my hand, and if I just want to retouch it, it's just this one plastic. So it's very fast, so you need less time on assembly, more in the creative process. What comes to mind as next is the material, because it's aviation grade aluminum. It's very light, 30% lighter than the previous holders. So for people that are into backpacking, for example, they're going to have a big advantage simply weight-wise. Then you can also attach further filters, like, let me just take one of these. This is actually one of our new Red Diamond filters. So as per usual, you can slide them in right at the front here, like this. And you have 2 different filter slots here. So there's 1, 2, and there's an additional third one as well. The practical thing about this is basically you have 1 filter at the back, 2 in the front, without a single bit of vignetting, even at 16 millimeters shooting on a full frame lens. If you add a third one, there might be a little bit, but you can use 4 filters in total on the front of the lens. That's an advantage for people who really like to get everything done right in camera.
It looks very easy to use. What about the larger wide angles? Have we something new?
Yeah, so this is the new M15, and the funny thing about it, which is very, very cool, I think, is that they're magnetic. So I can put them in and they're not gonna fall out. And now I'm gonna simply put in one of these. This is one of the CPL filters, so polarizing filter. And if I now attach it to the rest of the filter holder, which is also very, very easy, just like this, you can still turn the CPL filter without having to turn the filter holder in total. As well, of course, we have 2 filter slots to begin with here. So you have 1 filter back here, which can also be a Clear-night filter, for example. So then you can add graduated neutral density to filters at the front or regular NDs. And then you have also 3 filters, and there's an additional slot as well, which you can add. So that adds up again to 4 filters in total.
It sounds awesome. What's the difference to the Red Diamond series to other brands or other filters?
I guess the first selling point that I have to mention is that they got shock coating. That means they are coated in a way that if you drop them from a regular height, they're not going to break. So they're very sound and solid. So let me just demonstrate this. So I take the filter and simply drop it to the ground. It's going to be allowed. So like this. With the new coating, the Red Diamond coating, there's not even a scratch on the filter. So it looks still maybe a little bit of smudging, but there's no scratches or like any sort of damage to the filter at all. And let me just test this with a larger one. So I'm going to drop this as well and let's see how it fares. So let's see.
That hurts, Alexander.
Yeah, it hurts my ears. It's pretty loud, but you can see and hear that it's actually made of quality materials, which is K9 optical glass. So it's a new sort of glass that has less distortion, if at all. Like everybody knows, if you drop a filter and it breaks, I mean, it's always a handicap if you then have no filter anymore. So this is not going to happen with these sort of filters anymore. And also, taking this one for example, they have the new rounded corners. So that is simply for the haptic first. And of course, this also prevents like if you get the edges crooked at some point. And the other thing that is very practical is these have a special anti-color coating. So the color cast is going to be absolutely minimal, if barely anything noticeable at all, even with longer exposures. So that's very special about them as well. Like these even improve the optical quality more than the previous one, which were already great.
That sounds like awesome tools. Great, thank you.
You as well.